did Sai and Ino fall in love? Well, in today's video, I'll be explaining how the two of them fell in love and what their life was like following the 4th Great Ninja War. A large portion of their love story takes place in Shikamaru Hiden, a cloud drifting silent in the darkness. Sai had previously been going on various missions with Naruto to wipe out the remaining sympathizers to Madara Uchiha's cause, with the last big mission taking place just before the main story of the Kakashi Hiden novel. It's a year later in the Shikamaru novel that we see real progress for the Sai-Ino relationship. After Sai goes on a mission to uncover a threat towards Konoha, Shikamaru undertakes an assassination mission meant to kill Sai's target as well as to bring Sai back to the Hidden Leaf Village, but Sai's target Gingo places Sai under a genjutsu and forces him to fight Shikamaru. Shortly after Shikamaru is defeated, Ino uses her mind transfer jutsu to go inside of Sai's mind, and that's where something truly beautiful happens. Ino goes from feeling a mere attraction towards Sai to feeling a strong and deep connection, a strong love towards Sai. The following is an excerpt from the Shikamaru novel, which goes very in detail for what I just mentioned. And here I'm going to quote the novel. She dove deeper and deeper. She still couldn't find Sai. Diving and still nothing but darkness. This was Sai. Even at the best of times, he wasn't fully aware of his true self. She knew she wouldn't find him with a little gentle prodding. Even still, she had to help him. When she first saw the letter that Sai sent, filled with oblivious pathos, Ino had understood Sai's conflict so well that it hurt. She was the only one who could save him, which is why she kept diving so deep, and then even deeper still. If she dove too deep, she would lose the sharp focus of her own self, and then she would fade and forever be caught in Sai's mind, never to return. She had a reason for taking this risk to help Sai. I want to talk to him more, she thought. Sai lifted his face at the sound of her voice. He was crying, eyes puffy and red. End quote. So as we can see from this passage, Ino rescued Sai from a very terrible genjutsu, one that was so powerful that he was beginning to question his own self. And it's in that moment that we saw something happen. It was her voice and her voice alone that reached Sai, who was vulnerable enough that he was crying in front of her. And the other thing that we saw is that Ino saw the torment that Sai lived with constantly, even though he was smiling every time he was around everyone, and her caring nature drew her to Sai. He was someone who was so shattered into thousands of tiny pieces that he could only be put back together by her and her alone. Another thing that we saw, which is probably the most important, is that Sai acknowledged her when he broke away from the genjutsu. Sai had been crying alone in the genjutsu, but he was fully aware of what happened when Ino found him. As his head rested on Ino's lap, he opened his eyes and he told her, and I quote, "Thank you, beautiful," end quote. The next big progression that takes place is in the Sakura novel, where Sakura learns that Ino is mad over heels in love with Sai, but she isn't aware of how to tell Sai how she feels, and she doesn't know if Sai feels the same about her. It's in that moment that Sakura becomes interested in the two's love story and vows to play matchmaker. However, the events of Sakura's novel, where Sasuke is being framed, take priority over being a matchmaker for her friends. Given how Sakura pushed Naruto and Hinata together in Naruto the Last, it can be assumed that she did the same for Sai and Ino shortly before Naruto and Hinata got married, because in the end credits for Naruto the Last, we see the two of them holding hands. So that's it for my video today, guys.